my guy. Oh, shit.
You fucking baby. Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, I'm mirroring you. I hate when I do that. Look. Does that hurt? It looks like it really hurts.
Hey.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Muerto. And I don't get a cool name. I'm just Pete. You blow darted me.
Yes.
You still love me.
No,
Yes, you do.
Well, I do apologize, but I'm here on behalf
Look at the camera, the lights, and the action.
The film opens with Pete Stryker, a seasoned and lethal contract killer, sitting quietly among a group of ordinary people at a Workaholics Anonymous meeting. Pete leaves the building. That fragile calm shatters. Inside an elevator, armed attackers ambush him, triggering a sudden and savage fight that erupts in close quarters. Elsewhere, Mateo, the ruthless head of an elite assassin syndicate, receives disturbing news. A listening device has been uncovered in his office, and Pete was the last person seen there. The implication is clear. Pete is suspected of betrayal. Without hesitation, Mateo labels his former protege a traitor and quietly activates his network of killers to hunt him down on the run through the city. Pete briefly crosses paths with everyday people struggling through their own lives, until he is suddenly abducted. He awakens restrained, facing Christos, a man he once trusted like a brother. Their reunion begins with a trace of familiarity, but quickly turns hostile as Christos accuses Pete of treachery and prepares to torture him. Acting on pure instinct, Pete breaks free, launching a brutal counterattack against Christos's men. The fight ends with Christos gravely injured and collapsing from blood loss. Despite everything, Pete spares his former friend, calling for medical help before vanishing into the night. Seeking refuge, Pete heads to a bar owned by Mora, his former lover and Mateo's daughter. Their reunion is tense and bitter. Mora remembers how Pete became consumed by his work, slowly abandoning their relationship until it fell apart. When she learns that Mateo has declared Pete a traitor, her coldness hardens into distrust. The confrontation is cut short when Orlando, a massive enforcer with a long-standing grudge, storms in with his crew. The bar explodes into violence as blades flash and chaos erupts. Mora intervenes just long enough to save Pete, but makes it clear she will not be dragged back into his war. Her loyalty now lies with herself. Pete barely escapes before another team of assassins captures him. This time, he comes face-to-face with Mingjiu, a calculating killer with a personal vendetta. Trapped in a moving vehicle and outnumbered, Pete waits for the right moment, then strikes, throwing his captors out of the car and seizing control. Later, at the docks, years of resentment finally boil over as accusations fly. Reveals his anger stems from Pete's absence during a family crisis and his constant choice of work over meaningful connections. Their violent struggle ends unresolved.
And for you.
You know how many times we invited you into our home?
Christos leaves Pete with a grim warning. Unless he clears his name with Mateo, the hunt will never stop. Running out of options, Pete returns to Mora, asking for help. She confronts him with harsh truths about his obsession with violence and his failure to value those who cared for him. Before he can respond, she knocks him unconscious with a tranquilizer dart. When Pete wakes up in Mora's home, he barely regains his bearings before assassins storm the house. In a surprising turn, Pete and Mora fight side by side once more, combining flawless gunplay with brutal hand-to-hand combat to survive the onslaught.
That's just a part of it. You gotta look at the plan, look at the reaction, look at the way that we're taking it on.
Meanwhile, Mateo seethes as his assassins return defeated. Pete contacts him directly, pleading his innocence. Mateo is unmoved. He gives Pete an ultimatum: provide undeniable proof by dawn, or face an even higher bounty on his head. In a moment of clarity, Mora suggests a desperate solution. They target Angel, Mateo's longtime rival. Killing her would both eliminate a major threat and prove Pete's loyalty. With no other choice, they prepare for a deadly mission. Pete infiltrates Angel's heavily guarded compound while Mora provides sniper support from afar. Moving like a ghost, Pete silently eliminates guards, slipping through corridors before unleashing total chaos, breaking necks, tossing grenades, and cutting through waves of enemies in tight, brutal combat. During the assault, Mora is captured and brought before Angel. Their confrontation exposes deep hatred rooted in the death of Mora's brother, a wound that never healed. As explosions shake the building, Pete battles Angel's top lieutenant while Mora faces Angel herself. Despite Mora's determination, Angel overpowers her, nearly suffocating her with a heavy book. At the last second, Pete crashes into the room. Together, they turn the tide. Mora delivers the final blow, forcing Angel to swallow the same poison that killed her brother. As Angel dies, her empire collapses with her. Pete and Mora photograph her body as proof and return to Mateo. That's when the truth is revealed. Mateo knew all along that Pete was never the traitor. The entire ordeal was a calculated test, designed to push Pete to prove his loyalty and prepare him to inherit Mateo's criminal empire.